Okay, sorry about that one. I tried to have a stream up about 10 minutes ago and got an error where the chat wasn't active. And as it's a main part of this live stream, I've closed it down and brought another one through. I'll probably rename this one to part 2 later, but the quick version is that I deselected click on me, mining for gold, and simple drawing activity. And as I didn't think they were too useful for what I'm looking to do in the stream. So I'll go into learning clock and have a play for that. So we've got a little watch, an old analog watch in front of us. So learn how to tell the time using an analog clock, set hours, minutes, and seconds, and set the clock to the given time. Drag the different hands to control their respective unit. Shortest hand indicates hours, longer hand indicates minutes, and the longest hand indicates seconds. Okay, so starting off with just hours, set the time to 10 hours and no minutes, 10 o'clock. All right. Set the watch to 4 hours. So it only goes to 12. This one doesn't differentiate whether it's AM or PM. It just keeps spinning around. Some watches will. They might have a date on there as well, and at night it'll flip the date over as well. Set the watch to 3 hours and 0 minutes. Okay. 5 hours and 0 minutes. And set it to 1 o'clock. And now we're on to hours and minutes. So, we can select 24 hours. And there's a few different data sets there. Set it to, all right, extra difficulty. Setting it to 2200 hours. So if you start at midnight, work your way around until midday. It's 0 to 12, and then 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Except that when it gets to 24, it flips back around to 0, 0. So setting it to 2200 hours, 12 plus 10, 22. Setting it to 1600 hours, so 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Setting it to 2300 hours, so it's 11 o'clock at night. Setting to 2100 hours, so 12 plus 9, 21 minus 12 is equal to 9, so 9 o'clock at night. And setting it to 2000 hours, or is 8 o'clock at night. So it looks like if I'm in 24-hour time, it only gives me PM. So setting it to 1330 is 1 PM and 1:30 PM. So 1830 is 6 o'clock at night, 12 plus 8. Well, now I've wound the hand back. It's worn back in time. So 1830. Setting it to 1530. So 3:30 PM. And 1730. So just before 6 PM. Setting it to 2030, so 30 minutes past the hour, and then to 8:30, halfway between 8 and 9, to 22:15, so 10 and 15. past the hour. 10:15. So 20:15, 8:15. To 4:15. So in this case, I can just wind the minute hand backwards to quarter past the hour. So 13:15. So that's 1:15 p.m. So minute hand is nearly there. So I'll just do the hours first. And 18:15. So I'll set the minute hand first and then set it to 6 of the evening, about dinner time. To 21:45. So wind the clock forward. 9:45 p.m. and 16:45, which is 4:45. So in the afternoon, just a few minutes off. And there we go. 18:45, so 6:45 p.m. So dinner should be served and almost ready to clean up. And there we go. 23:45, so it's nearly midnight. The clock's now set to a few minutes past midnight, but I'll wind it back to 10:45. Now it gets a little bit harder. So we're going to the precise minute, not just quarters. So set it to 15:28. And 19. So that's 7:19:51. So 9 minutes to 8. Oops, I mistook the hour hand there. Set it to 22:20. So 10 and 20. So I'll make sure I wind it back the right way. It's a few minutes past, quarter past the hour, nearly quarter past the hour. So 8:17. And 13:37. So that's 1:37. So now we've got seconds as well, signified by this one. So set it to 16. So 4:43. So now at 4, between 4 and 5 p.m. at 40, 41, 42, 43, and 55 seconds. There we go. Normally when you're setting a watch, it's normally just set the hours and minutes. And so 21:09, 59, and 20 seconds. So nearly 10 p.m. This one's almost midnight. 23, 15, and 51 seconds. So I'll wrap up after this segment's done. So 17, so 5 p.m. 32, so about nearly half past, and 28 seconds. And I'll go again, one more. This looks like the fifth one. 1:17 and 10 seconds. 1:17 and 10 seconds. Yep. So now we've lost the big hands, but else it's I think yeah, it's pretty much should have the idea by now. Following on from that, I'll go into the calendar. It's interesting. Got an error message behind the scenes. Make a note of that. Might be missing from the build instructions. So, okay, I'll go through the match the words and the pictures, and this is one of the items I've managed to sort out. I'll just make another note as well. Okay. So, credit card. There's a bed, towel, breakfast. So, some food, a bath, and a key. Pen and paper for writing a note down. Beer, telephone, sink, kettle, and TV. Air conditioner, toilet paper, a safe for storing valuables in, a newspaper, washing machine for cleaning clothes, and an alarm clock for getting up early in the morning. If you wanted to go for a swim, go to the pool. If it's a tall hotel, you might want to have and go to the elevator. Some toiletries. Might be need a safe spot to park in a garage underneath. Some luggage containing your stuff. And a taxi to take you somewhere. Maybe it's to the airport or train station or bus station. A ship, train, lorry, bike, airplane, and car. It's a bus, minibus, traffic lights, fuel bowser, scooter, barrier to stop people from driving down a road that might be unsafe or blocked off, and a helicopter. So, women, water fountain for a drink, an emergency exit, men's toilets, toilets, general toilets, and information. You need to ask someone anything like directions, recycling symbol, lease, telephone, rubbish bin, cash, and drinking water. ATM to get some money out, an emergency telephone, shower, baby care room, Wi-Fi, and toilet. Smoking area, no smoking area. Quiet, please. Might be a library. And portion, first aid, and no entry sign. A hotel, hospital, bar to go get some alcoholic drinks, first aid for someone who's injured, a restaurant if you're hungry, and a pharmacy if you're sick. Escalated down, a wheelchair accessible ramp, or it might be an elevator, stairs, escalator going up, an escalator, but we're not sure which way the person's going, and ramp. A baggage cart, so you don't have to carry the heavy boxes around. Baggage. Baggage claim area, and then baggage. Fire extinguisher. A charge point to recharge a phone or tablet or computer. And an elevator. Might be going up or down. I think that'll be a convenience store. A vending machine. Put money straight into the machine. A gift shop. Waiting room. Might have a layover. News agents where you can buy magazines and newspaper. Or a coffee shop. And get some tea as well if you wanted to go there. A taxi rank where someone might drive you straight from one point to another. Car. Railway. Ferry. Bicycle. And bus. Aeroplane or airplane. Arrivals as the aircraft's coming into land. Departures as it's flying away. Fasten seat belts. A fuel station. And a helicopter. Some sports. Might be baseball. Soccer, also known as football. There might be an area unsafe for swimming. There might be crocodiles in there, or there might be a few other dangers. So no swimming, but swimming would be allowed here. Go to the park. And tennis. A museum where lots of old things are stored. Camping is allowed. No camping. Go to a barber, get a haircut, have a bath and relax. Post office. You need to send something. And that's the end of this one. I'll open up the hexagon task. So there's a whole bunch of hexagons here, and you get to find out whether you're far away or close, and get closer to something, to the strawberry, whether you're hot or cold. And once you get closer, things are usually hot, and that through getting it 3 guesses didn't really explain things, were they? Well, so it's very cool over here, sort of warm over here with the yellow. lucky red over here, but it's getting colder as I walk away. Closer, hot, hot. So there we go. It should be in the middle there. Warm, then get hot, red hot. Should be real close to it there. And found it fairly quickly. So still pretty cool. And I got very lucky with that one. Fairly warm, fairly cold, getting warmer, warmer. And there we go, red hot off to the side here. Getting a few more squares in there. Very cold, very, oh, blue. Must be very cold, very far away. There we go, got some red, orange, and then found it in just a few. Green, cold, lukewarm, extremely cold with the blue. So red, getting a bit lucky. Very cold over there. Getting red hot, and found it. Adding a few more hexagons, but still pretty much using the same process. It's in the corner here. Warm, warm, very cold, cold. Okay, so it's probably in the middle here. That was a lucky guess. Okay, so um, all right, so name the image. Won't worry about that one because that's the default. I think I did match things up earlier and it uses the same images. Okay, I think I might. Yeah, okay, I'll go through unscramble words. So this is one of the ones that I've done, though it's very heavily based off ordering numbers and ordering words. So the idea is to drag things up to the top here and put them into the right order. But if I put them into the wrong order, I get shown that they're the wrong order. And I have to drag and drop them in descending order. So the other way around. So I just had to flip them. So in ascending order, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then drag them up. So you get the idea. So I've changed the words and they've got ordering sentences. So I'll do a quick playthrough of that, and they've got hints where it's got a capital letter and there's a full stop. So the dog barks. This is some of the original work as well. The house is red. The boy reads a book. My friend is nice. What a beautiful sight. And that one ends in an exclamation mark, not a full stop. Steve jumps into the pool. Jessica wants a new book. She might read a heap and get a bit bored. Mom made me a sandwich. Might have been lunchtime. Tigers live in forests. Football is a team game. Means you can't play it by yourself. Now we're getting a little bit harder. The sun is shining in the sky. And we've got difficulty here of below 5 words and below 10 words. So kids, it's almost sentence, even though it was meant to be shuffled. It was shuffled. Was almost correct. So kids enjoy playing outside in the evening. And then a question, are you going out for lunch? I'm going with girl outside. No. The girl went and tied her tennis shoes outside. Okay. So it's a similar sentence. I've got the ordering wrong. So the girl tied her tennis shoes and went outside. Sam felt sick after eating 5 huge candy bars. So they weren't just 5 candy bars, they're 5 huge. That's a bit larger. So our family takes a vacation to the beach every year. Uncle gave me, Uncle Joe, I might have more than one uncle, gave me a red toy truck. When you eat your rice, when you finish your rice, you can eat dessert. So Mum asked me to play in the room. So Mum has asked me to play in the room. I think we are going to have a good day. And then that ends the original one. So onto the other ones that I've done. And for this one, I've made it as a bit of a prototype, but I think it's going to stay. Or at least I'm fairly happy with what's there. So I'll start with unscrambling a word. So we've got some words with 8 or more letters or below 5 letters. And ice, something that can get very cold. A hoop, play basketball in. Heal, if you're sick, you want to heal. Ship. Yawn, if you're very tired, might yawn. Chin, the part of the body. Send, to send a letter from one place to another. Rock, type of material. Now we've gone up to 5 letters and got capitals and full stop back. For a diver, tight. Right, lace the shoes up tight. A mural, so it's a type of painting. A voter, someone in a democracy casts a vote to decide who the government's going to be. Board, and otter, a type of animal. It's like maybe a small seal with hands. Scent, might be able to pick up on a smell. Type of food, pizza. An animal, snake. Now this one, I'm not too sure. I think I've just got it. Fruit, lemon. And if you get sick, I'm going to go to a doctor. What we're doing at the moment is trying to unscramble them, but another word for it is decode. And this is a type of geography, a canyon, like a valley. Try not to be this, but boring. If you have water that shoots up out of the ground, geyser. Um, aha. Took me a while to get this one. A float. And this one is distance of the middle of a circle to the outside, the radius. Looks like I didn't fix this bug. I think I might have done it in the version online. And this is meant to be filter. There's a missing L from it there. And a cipher. We scramble things up so other people, or the people that aren't supposed to read it, don't read it. 20. And no, I was thinking rotary. Aha. Took a while for me to get it. Type of vegetable. Carrot. An orange vegetable. This one is a lot. Million. Someone who is going around has a look at some things, so it's for fun. And I can't quite spell it right. A tourist. I think this is a type of material. Textile. This looks like it's another boat, particularly a rowboat where people move it along. Someone might sail a yacht into a harbour, but because the yacht couldn't go all the way to the pier, they might have a rowboat out the back and use it to get to the shore. And this is another type of doctor, surgeon, a doctor who do operations. Perjure, someone who lies under oath to a judge. You sit down at the dinner table, you're likely to see some cutlery. If you go into the bathroom as well, same house, there's likely to be shampoo. If you put something like a tomato sauce onto some chips, it could be a drizzle of sauce. And rubbish, something that should be put into the bin. If I need to get directions, I might have someone do a drawing. And, oh yeah, I need to tidy myself up before going out. Hairbrush. Comb my hair. In bath. No, you're close. Out in the garden, might have a bird bath. No, and that's not right as well. Sorry, it happens once a year. So people celebrate their birthday. This is getting a bit harder now. People to get around on. It's got wheels on the bottom of it. Yeah, skateboard. Uh, Pirates would often look for buried treasure. If you needed to set something on fire or start a campfire, you'd go looking for a matchbox. And this is, of course, I'm getting a little bit harder. I've added some hints there. So this is a type of shoes. So sneakers. Something very angrily. Furiously. And we're back to the beginning. So keep jumping into one of the newer things that I've done of English Vocabulary Blitz, and I've got many different parts. So I might go through some of them. I need to, try and get it so that the order of this doesn't matter. If you recognize the word, drag it up to the top and maybe have a look at the one on the bottom. So itch, noise, bonus, June, it's got a capital letter because it's a month, hidden, wild, remember, leaflet, school, and guarantee. Just need to remember to click through them, not try and get them okay. So 9th, technological, interact, may, flee, nickname, wage, scale, and interior. Command, or could be command, depending on, it's a bit like tomato and tomato. It's spring, outline, recycling, Air Force, bright, outer, seat, and trumpet. Flavor, hardware, stock exchange, nursery, unlucky, certificate, welfare, and scissors. Tomato or tomato, lacking, electron, wave, executive, resist, based, network, rhythm, sir, and bore. So I said I've split them into different parts. So each 5 is a part. So once you get up to 6, you can drop the first part away. And then it starts from 1 again. So instead of having 465 or 470, you've got 465, and you can then work through a vocabulary. So because it was a blitz, because it was something I wanted to get out as soon as possible, I just shuffled them up and then plonked them in. So I'll see about coming through and revisiting it later and splitting them into groups. But for now, they're just jumbled up in a way. So I think what I'll do tonight is finish up here and then change it to, and change the thumbnail to Vocabulary Blitz, and then have the specific one, and then do that as a live stream tomorrow. So again, if I go through that, I'll be happy to answer questions anytime through. Anyone jumps into the chat, and I'll wrap it up here. So thanks for tuning in. If you've got any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know.